Botry Junior Esquire. And the second minute say,
Yamiadum Junior.
Bokode.
Yamiadarum and I say,
Yamiadum, it does see a tune suffer also Waba. Lawyer, per se, a bit a recap of near a DA Abedru, baby, I was here, near Supreme Court ruling on Casem.
Medase, Mr. Didika, Mefa Kunya, Sunamachia, Ashafone, baby, with Fidicase could be a Namachia Wankasa, Namachia, with Juma Yefun, na. Answer na meko Supreme Court in sense so no enne minya ho kwan ko Trobu constituency.
Okay.
E wo Greater Accra hana.
The Great Trobu constituency.
The Great Trobu constituency. Na me say edwuma secretary udi enuma one omanfo ebo Trobu constituency no. In fact so any.
That's it.
Enne me ba ho me hwe ahokekan wo constituency nimne the vibrancy in the constituency. Me ne youth ni bi di nkomo a omo say constituency ne de wa no many da so o bo adwuma yie pa ne kwan ya wafa so a o boa PC owo ho Madam Glory Wusu anopa ewie anwumre mo nam house to house mo nam ghetto to ghetto, market to market, church to church bebi a mo nam nia party for no so mo hu na men kan tro so mo da ase pa na so far only the constituency secretary obenya wo constituency mo ho a in fact o bo adwuma make sure say party ni vote both in the presidential elections and the parliamentary elections ebe ko wani nti omo da ase
so
na ye ko court in sensem no so na me say enche ye bia na Owura na Idrisu a oye NDC MP e ka che speaker Bagbin say e petition come speaker Bagbin say we nya nti ye say 4 seats bi and 4 members of parliament bi e decide say omo be contest on various tickets either from NPP to independent or from independent to NPP or from NDC to independent. And it's our 4 seats, you know. Amemfi Central, Gomwa West, and Suhum and Fomena.
Yeah.
Yen declares our 4 seats ni vacant. In fact, I want to address your petition, no. A majority leader Owura Afenyomarkin a share petition content no there were underpinnings of constitutional interpretation and quickly and Owura Afenyomarkin a file Red Coast Supreme Court say Jumana Haruna Idrisu and a petition Haruna Idrisu are inviting the speaker say on treachery constitution ni a Supreme Court the Juma and speaker ne Juma into Supreme Court and share na on treachery constitution not the speaker because speaker needs out 2 minutes obey say Jumana. Enti no Owura Afenyomarkin de rate no copy mo Supreme Court na nche bia na NDC for ni hu so mo ye mistake. No mo ye mistake no quickly no mo withdraw petition no mo dey akoma speaker no and they decided to go by a comment. Say afi no omo ba be comment say omo nya information the speaker engineer comment no so no for declare our 4 seats ni vacant. To comment here na parliament speaker because it's a comment in no make it right for a debate speaker Gigi adwenkyere ne ade na speaker car say 2 days time or the ruling beba but answer na speaker beka so the ruling beba in 2 days time no Owura Afenyomarkin e di kind assembly ko Supreme Court that
okay
speaker amfa initial rate no the ruling by in 2 days time say in his opinion and understanding of the law no so 4 seats in Ababe vacant because of actions na 4 members of parliament no adanedi no into no declares our 4 seats in vacant no sanka to aso say marshals and our parliamentary security and allowing our 4 members of parliament no ba chamber nim embedi omudwuma as members of parliament
marshal abemu de na chese say omo ye omadwe so ombe ba say marshal no atwi omo pie
of course because omo nya members of parliament is say sisi emene general secretary ohene amoako yenye members of parliament ayentimi nkwote na chamber ni ma edu amashas ne bepa mo ye sana speaker akase sa 4 members of parliament omu seat na vacant omu forfeit omu seat nti no omu nye members of parliament biem nti no omu ra chamber ni ma omu ye yemfa ne say omu ye invaders nti no yen pomo omu free ho yen che omu nti no ekoba ne sa no na ehu behia say Owura Afenyomarkin no the leader of the majority caucus say 3 members of parliament are the current members of the majority caucus no as a leader omo ntrom be man say omo ni nya adwuma biem enti as at that time no they were still recognized as members of the NPP caucus of parliament and the speaker osi yampa mo omo dia as a leader no I have every right to protect my followers enti or the interlocutory, an application for interlocutory or stay of execution. Echo court here, court, and withhold the speaker decision now we're taking because these three members of parliament are on the MPP side have not indicated say or many MPP near Jumabio. Sasuna NDC there by Kukura Wuma Amenfi Central so has not written any letter to NDC say we jai NDC. And now say what troll letter speaker say we jai NDC. It's in the sound microphone speaker ain't been moon free parliament. I was say momu yo meduma until say microphone be decided say o free MPP mu by say o ma troll letter bra na say NPP party be troll letter come out the caucus say we yi o mu and say NDC for be travel so we yi o mu Amenfi Central MP no until that time they should be allowed to do their job. And the assembly call ora fanyo marking this stay of execution no call say speaker ruling no court no entrance sign for the meantime until say you be decided the main issues that we no call court na court and say no care assembly speaker do ruling by say assembly na da court no nim na assembly no call share assembly nature ni assembly suban ni assembly no bobre ni say ni sitie na asema constitutional interpretation that is a constitution in pense mu no so no article 1-2 ni article 130 of your constitution na constitution it say supreme court nkwa na what to me say otimi pense constitution it is speaker dia why na de o decision no premature decision na dia banti e betwe asensan for the meantime pending say you betie the substantive issues na wie it is supreme court ni twen speaker ruling is inside ya in ya say supreme court na grant a stay of execution. And fast forward, ya grant stay of execution na fe na was a court no ma ho kwan na ye tie Mr. Speaker so lawyers and Mr. Speaker argument in tia Mr. Speaker edi make his ruling no na ye say tia attorney general because court suit na honorable Alexander Fenyo Markin versus the Speaker of Parliament and the Attorney General. Yeah. And now was a court in the Mahon so more other parties to the suit no ye beti omo. Until ye 18th of October I'm say court in the tenase. And a court in it ora Speaker Bagbin the lawyer the respected title sorry. SNT the venerable Attorney General Gofedame. SNT ora Alexander Fenyo Markin lawyer say Joe Gatene lawyer Tachi and senior lawyer say kano ho. Supreme Court ni tie argument ni awie no. In fact, Supreme Court no mu in 18th October ni say the kan Speaker lawyer say Supreme Court no any jurisdiction say obetie asem no because asem no parliament asem and fa court no
Speaker lawyer ni say den
or say Supreme Court no any the jurisdiction to entertain the matter because parliament assembly. There's a emrama Supreme Court no ho kwan
say parliament in some way no.
So exactly that's what I mean.
Okay.
You know, I say Supreme Court no any the jurisdiction say obeti assembly no. Okay. Parliament here na adwuma say parliament here na adwuma.
Almost say is the master of his own
rules. Yeah. To sumie no. Or say service no. Say you didn't krata no you did service no court document no come speaker no kra no service no na ene nhihye wo parliament ho ne bo ebra say chief justice etro secular akoma parliament say only on Mondays and na obetima service speaker no directly na on any other days no untimi service speaker that is what speaker lawyer no ekan Number 3 omotansi asem na esi no kra no high court asem and Supreme Court because Article 99 now it's a matter that borders on whether or not a seat has become vacant. Number 4, almost say assembly esi no kura no uhwem yie pa na kire say nkrofo no oma forfeit omo seat no per Article 97 1G no enti was say Supreme Court no ka say oma forfeit omo seat no enti court ni pension mu na no in the preliminary matters. Number 5, almost raise the objection say judge back your friend Justice Jawu. Say judge no MPP ni. Enti no enu kwan say obetina assembly subi. Into omutiatie mu na on the matter of jurisdiction in the preliminary issues the Supreme Court need to mu say more jurisdiction to entertain the matter. In fact, uktie ruling na 2 days ago judges ne deba na MC amanfo pia misinterpreting ruling no. Chief Justice said, on the matter of jurisdiction, the judgment in itself was a unanimous decision. But share issues here, my raise here. Chief Justice say, on the matter of jurisdiction, the two people dissent here.
Okay.
In other words, on the matter of jurisdiction, two judges, any speaker lawyers, say Supreme Court, any to me say omobeti sa 7. And now 5 judges, so any speaker lawyers they nya and 5 lawyers need say Supreme Court to meet 5 judges need say Supreme Court to meet. Okay. And now 2 judges on the matter of jurisdiction they say Supreme Court ain't meet. Okay. But on all the other issues need judges need unanimous need to say speaker any case. Okay. But just what the American Chief Justice Carr say on the matter of jurisdiction, 2 judges, Justice Tanko and Justice Lovelace, had dissenting opinions on the matters of jurisdiction. Until you train the full decision of the court, who the reasoning behind it, judges need because almost support it, because almost support. Okay. You see, the one we have all been saying, this is the beauty of democracy. Yeah. At the end of the day, judges don't want remote stamp judges. They are the law lords. They know what the law says. Yeah. At the end of the day, they will bring a reasoning judgment. Denti omususu say sana law ne tie no mo de beba enye bibia omodi omanu ba beka enye utumi mfa nhye kokoam and then people will have the opportunity to scrutinize exactly and interrogate everything you have said and juxtapose it with the principles of laws to determine say judges no goofy no mun goofy and when the lawyers realize that the judges have erred in explaining or establishing the principles of laws, then any lawyer can decide to go for a review of the decision to say principle way on the matter of jurisdiction, in my opinion, judge will reason in a or you're wrong. And you know, this is the position of the law in here, but for review. That is how the law works. The law doesn't work by say, we a speaker of parliament, now organize a press conference, now to a young judge. That is not how the law works. Because the judges, when they get the opportunity, they don't throw a young peer to Mr. Speaker. And to Mr. Speaker, why are you trying to do that? And to General, you're quite on the issues. The kind court in the case of more jurisdiction, they told me Justice Jau issue no. Chief Justice say Justice Jau akọ Parliament. Am I approving as a Justice of the Supreme Court? Parliament wants MPP 4 one and NDC 4. Yeah. And it's a more NDC 4 and MPP 4 members of Parliament. We feel say Justice Jau MPP near. I don't know passing no. No unanimous approval. I was not more rejecting no. But once more passing our bet in a bench, you have no case to say so a MPP near no a GCP near no say. Or NDC near and also a CPP, you have no case at all. In any case, assembly work court, and it is not MPP versus NDC. Yeah. It is Afenyo Market versus the Speaker of Parliament and the Attorney. It is a constitutional matter. It is not a matter between the MPP and the NDC or between political parties. It's in the court in the Boguye. Okay. Number 2, on the matter, say, Parliament, ye masters of its own rules. Na Supreme Court enti min kebino. Justices ne ka say o hwe ye constitution ye nia ya gi atum say the constitution be ye adwuma a ye nia ya ka say constitution in the supreme law of this country no constitution ne kire say parliament ye bibi na say it is in excess of the powers conferred on parliament. As Supreme Court has every right to reverse those decisions now parliament are taking. A classical example yet Ghana ha and a parliament didn't by the Narcotics Control Act amendment by say ultimate weed for medical purposes. So okay, just in 2022.
Yeah, it was passed. Yes.
And no be the court say Mbrana parliament diabano on na dwimu no constitution ni boy bra. Ekwa Supreme Court ka say no kre Ghana ha yen so say obi be dua weed so say on the disguise say for medicinal purposes
for whatever reason
because yes I know obi abekwakwa weed plantation be say na say me dey bibidro Ghana house dey enim say na bibidro influx na koso enti no even though say na parliament passes our law no Supreme Court ebogu ye adenti na side time no Mr. Speaker on one abamba be na ye Mr. Speaker why didn't you come and tell Ghanaians one year press conference say
the
parliament passing bra Supreme Court
so they don't have the jurisdiction to
exactly.
Okay.
But they did that in 2022 and it went quiet. Nobody spoke about it because that is the right thing to do. Constitution clearly say Parliament here bibi na say on mentias here General Amuakon tias here ultimately the Supreme Court say Parliament here ABCD. Minsusu ye mu no Parliament who knew kwan say or yes I the Supreme Court Supreme Court ni trade ma ultimately so there be we Parliament wo kwan. Oh, where there be Parliament in the Kwan. There are so many laws
and Emrano or why Supreme Court that opportunity.
I share Article 1 to Article 130 now. Idea I work since time memorial. since time memorial there are so many laws at Supreme Court no ayede aboego number on the second issue no
the third one
third one say mandates nkwana ye serve Attorney General make argument say Chief Justice to trust secular comma parliamentary sa secular no must be in conformity of the constitution. Their constitution can about 7 members of parliament or Mr. Speaker. Say nipa ne ko parliament, and I say nipa ne fi parliament ba, and I want to mean 7. Any other thing dia secular dia na unconstitutional. Whether the secular is coming from the president, it's coming from the chief justice, it's coming from Mr. Speaker, it's coming from Yana, it's coming from anybody, respectfully in my humble opinion, no, immaterial and it is unconstitutional because constitution actually says a member of parliament, co-parliamentar, untimi 7 no. And also free parliament, befia, untimi 7. But say, oko 2 member of parliament Sunday, no dia betia o baby. Untimi 7 money ye. And oko 2 member of parliament na on a service is fear for biti baby. Untimi 7 money ye. And no interest of free parliament, but na say, and yes, I'm brand chere. In any case, Chief Justice created issue we no say in secular no ni predecessor and a Troy Justice Enimia Boa or not so by no be issue for in 2022. Now you not try and say Mondays and I won't mean serving Mr. Speaker direct Mondays pen a bit my serving Mr. Speaker directly. But any other days Nibiano, it should go through the legal department of parliament. Naturally, say Monday, all the rate of sermons, parliament, what to be the call Mr. Speaker so direct. But Tuesday, all the right thing to do, they say, all the legal department. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, legal department, with my kwakoje. Honorable Afenyo marking rate, not 7 Thursday. Now, the question is that, did he serve it on Mr. Speaker directly or he served it on the legal department of parliament? The answer is that he served it on the legal department of parliament. So Mr. Speaker Kuraka Honorable Afenyo marking him say when your information say bailiff not to document not to legal department direct and table so
which confirms that indeed Afenyo
the service was made at the legal directorate of parliament and not on the speaker directly. It's in the Chief Justice like I said argument in a speaker's lawyer say Canada flawed because you find it's a secular no krano and na musimu the year juma dia akoso was secular nim na nya dia was secular nim na nya no na akoso na nke Monday enanka Thursday nanka moko serve ma Mr. Speaker directly dia ni bit maka say enya proper enti no so de omubogu ye and Asema Chief Justice kind say speakers lawyers no they are being disingenuous and they are engaging in misinformation and disinformation not say omunim pefe say enye sa na secular ne kire nanso mobile be kama Ghana for ni ehun say yen serve parliament on Thursdays Monday nkwa dey timi serve parliament we wa omunim pefe say enye sa na secular ne kire which means you are engaging and the Chief Justice was very categorical say a disingenuous thing to do and it's an act of misinformation and disinformation.
So it's in conformity with the NDC strategy 2024 strategy document. Na akoye omo say ye akufo-addo aban na say ye bibi o ye nebi o man Ghana.
You see Bible can say me na Bible so dey intro Bible can say me say in the last days there shall be false prophets and false doctrines. False doctrines nebi nie to make it look like say the judiciary is in bed with the MPP. Meanwhile asem na o kan no enya no kre. Enya no kre enya no na enya sa na tie but o come and who say am na ye bibi say na be a judges stand the ruling ba no judgment ba somebody sit somewhere and say that judges hear the bid yanka omo ye MPP bid meanwhile case now they are con very porous and very light enya sa na tie. Now on the last matter on the High Court issue no say High Court na e wo ho kwan when it comes to declaring a seat vacant. Supreme Court na say issue na ba na and yet a matter that has arisen from a parliamentary dispute. High Court jurisdiction by in if the matter is based on a parliamentary dispute. Where are parliamentary dispute? Parliamentary dispute say in your kaibulency by election. MPP say NDC area, NDC say MPP area, and TSA. Why na area? Obi a kontokwa. Electoral Commission say media ba quality results MPP area. And I say NDC win, but both political parties know into question will be also on TSA. The right forum to address the matter is the High Court because that is a parliamentary dispute. Year 2012 year, MPP yes here winning. Electoral Commission say NDC na winning. MPPC and TRC, and find the other court. You go Supreme Court. Because Supreme Court now jurisdiction over parliamentary dispute. And sign a constitution it says where there is a matter of parliamentary dispute. A high court in the jurisdiction. But current matter no, the question is it a parliamentary dispute or is not a parliamentary dispute? Clearly, it is not a parliamentary dispute. The attorney say, Obi alleged said the actions and inactions of a certain person has amounted to the fact that Nipanu seat about be vacant. That does not amount to a parliamentary dispute. The two are very different. Supreme Court can say if it's a matter of parliamentary dispute or to determine the validity of an election, that one goes to the High Court of a parliamentary election. See, a court determine say a two about Trobo constituency. As so abana ya to ne kran, a illegal about one, I say illegal about two. And then a parliamentary dispute.
Okay,
and then they also Supreme
High Court. High Court na.
Good. But Asemna Abano, it is not to determine the legality of the election, or it is not to determine a parliamentary dispute. It is to determine whether or not a seat has become vacant by the actions and inactions of the members of parliament. And that one is a matter of constitutional interpretation under Article 171G and H of the Constitution. And when it comes to matters of constitutional interpretation, Sana, the right forum and the forum or the court clothed with the proper and exclusive jurisdiction is the Supreme Court of this country per Article 1.2 and Article 130 of the Constitution. It is Supreme Court in the case no so there omo ohun to me pa say omo di say adwuma na. Enti in a nutshell, the aye kan ni anu say no Supreme Court the decision aba say Speaker Bagbin the oye was unconstitutional. The oye no ene mbra no ebo ebra. The oye ne mfam brem. Speaker Bagbin arrogated unto himself power he didn't have.
Okay,
Speaker Bagbin acted ultra vires into only who to me. Number 2, Supreme Court and they say ruling na judgment na abana. Everybody is bound by the judgment. Article 3 and Article 4, even the president and the vice. And if anybody decides to go contrary to judgment na abana, the offense is a high crime. It's a high crime and the punishment near a term of imprisonment not exceeding 10 years. There is no option for a fine. Intimate a man for be frame say, hey, now speaker cast on fine year, then the basis. Speaker cast on year, you are your potential candidate for Nsawom.